All right. Let's go into Doug Ford and his bag of silver. He discusses why he didn't make stronger statements. He didn't make any statements. In fact, he made counter statements to Pierre Poilievre and the federal Conservatives ahead of the election. This comes after him being absolutely rolled up into a carpet and thrown into a ditch by Jamil Jivani, whom I hope is the next Conservative Premier of Ontario.
Amen.
God willing. Let's hear what he has to say. Let's hear him explain himself.
You're here making a tough on crime announcement. I didn't hear much of that from the Liberal platform, but there was a lot of that in the federal Conservative platform. Why didn't you come out with Pierre Poilievre and make these kinds of statements during the campaign?
I shouldn't interfere in the federal election. Last time I checked, Pierre Poilievre never came out in our election. Matter of fact, him or one of his lieutenants told every one of his members, don't you dare go out and help the PCs. Isn't that ironic?
That's not true.
But anyways, I'm not going to dig deep into this. The people spoke, and I have no say in who people vote for. But I'll tell you one thing. We have a government, democratically elected. I will hold them accountable. I'll hold them accountable like I would, no matter if it's a Conservative government or a Liberal government. My interest is protecting the people of Ontario. And I will be all over this government. They know I will be, as I was before, about being tough on crime.
Premier, you've said before you're born with a C stamped on your forehead. You talked about having a blue sign on your lawn.
Lies.
Why is there so much bad blood between you and the federal party? And how does the federal party start to build bridges now within the Conservative movement as they look to the next 3 4 years?
Well, all they have to do is make a phone call. I like a lot of the MPs, but the people spoke, and they spoke loud and clear. They spoke loud and clear in our election, and they spoke loud and clear on the federal election. And so that's democracy. They elect who they want.
Okay. The question from the journalist was a bit odd. What does the federal party have to do to build inroads with the Ontario PCs? No. It has to go the other way.
That's not the way that works.
Especially considering the turnout for the federal Conservatives in Ontario.
Versus the turnout for Doug Ford's Conservatives in his provincial election. And the question is not, what does the federal party have to do to build bridges with you, Doug? They need to throw a match on the bridge, Doug. That's what they need to do. They need to burn the bridge that they built with you, because you have shown yourself to be so disloyal and such a bad actor. Like, there is a reason Pierre Poilievre had 91 candidates on his ballot in Carleton. There's a reason why Bruce Fanjoy had more support in that riding than anybody's ever seen in the Carleton riding. We saw Doug Ford's camp. I think Jamil Jivani called them a bunch of goons, interfering in every possible way in this federal election. And Doug Ford says he has a small C on his forehead while he licks the boots of the federal Liberals. We all saw it happen, Doug. We are calling you out for what you are. You are a Liberal insider. You are a troublemaker, and we are ejecting you from the Conservative movement in Canada. The end.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, I hope all those EV vehicle subsidies were worth it. Doug Ford.
Doesn't look like they're going to be. So nobody wants to buy them. So there's that.
Yeah. Stellantis is going broke in its home country.
Let's face it, Canada's economy isn't heading in the right direction. Inflation's eating away your savings, and government debt is out of control. No politician is going to fix that overnight. With Guildhall Wealth, you can hold real physical gold and silver inside your RRSP. It's a time-tested way to protect your retirement and take back control of your wealth. Call 1-877-8-SILVER or visit guildhallwealth.com/rebel to request your free investor kit And hey, make sure to mention Rebel News.